So today we have with us Renu Chaudhary, the Diamond Talk, India's jewelry advisor. She has done her diamond graduate from GIA New York. Welcome to our show, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Adarsh, for giving me this wonderful opportunity.
It was indeed a pleasure, ma'am. Let's start with our interview. So my first question for you is, you got an early exposures to jewelry and gemstones from your family and your strong influence from four generations of rich heritage of craftsmanship. How did it shape your career as a GIA certified diamond enthusiast?
So thank you, Adarsh. That's really a very interesting question. So I would like to begin by saying that I have always been associated with gems and jewelry. I recall my days sitting with my grandfather on his table where I would see him assorting gemstones. I would see him assorting diamonds, make some small pieces of jewelry. So I believe that ever since that day, I knew that the world of gem and jewelry was my true calling. And to own my passion further, I completed my jewelry designing course, and like you mentioned, I did my diamond graduate course from GIA New York. And after which there was no looking back because I was absolutely certain that I wanted to pursue a career in gem and jewelry industry. And so here I am.
Wonderful, ma'am. My next question for you is, you have worked with leading diamond merchants in India. Please share your experiences with our young generation. How can they build a career in this field?
So thank you, Adarsh. That's again a very interesting question. So I would like to say that the passion for gem and jewelry industry was a driving force, and I knew that I wanted to pursue my career in this industry. And like I mentioned earlier, that I got a formal education with the jewelry designing company, and I also did my diamond graduate course with GI New York, and having a wonderful opportunity of working with the leading diamond manufacturing company added on to a lot of expertise, in terms of my self growth also. So, all in all, Adarsh, I would just like to say that the right education in the field of interest is very, very, very important.
Absolutely, ma'am. So, ma'am, my next question for you is, your diamond talk show on your Instagram, Facebook, YouTube are very popular. What kind of work do you showcase, and how can one know about the details of jewelry and diamonds and connect with influencers via social media?
Okay, so first of all, Adarsh, thank you so much for your kind words of compliments. And Adarsh, I would like to say that I'm of the opinion that if anybody is investing the 20 seconds of their time onto my handle, it's my responsibility to make that time worthwhile. If they're spending 20 seconds of their time through my content, they should add value. So I try to curate content based on a lot of research through which my audience will take something back. At the end of it, they must be craving to read more as to what is Renu posting next. So, and moving on, I would just like to say that I'm of a strong opinion that that every adversity brings a wonderful opportunity with it. So during the whole lockdown period, this has given me a lot of time in hand to curate very informative and very educative content. And if you saw my handle, I managed to curate wonderful series from Nizam of Hyderabad to Gayatri Devi, Sita Devi, Nawab of Rampur, and Diamonds and Pearls being my favorite gemstones. I curated a series talking about the different kinds of pearls. I spoke about red diamonds, I spoke about pink diamonds, and I also spoke about, the Indian handicraft industry. So on the whole, I just feel so proud also to like talk about the Indian legacy of the craftsmanship of the Indian royal families across social media. And believe me, I have gotten such words of compliments and appreciation from audiences across. I just feel overwhelmed. And answering your second part of the question, well, Adarsh, I'm just a DM away. All one has to do is to DM me, and trust me, I'll be more than happy to connect with anybody, just like how both of us got connected, Adarsh.
Ma'am, my next question for you is, India is the largest manufacturer of world's polished diamond, but it is very restricted to only few merchants or manufacturers. Why so? What are some of the associated fields or careers for the young students if they want to pursue this as a career?
So, Adarsh, thank you for this interesting question on diamonds. And as diamond is my favorite subject, I can go on and on talking about it. So, well, to answer your question, I would like to begin by saying that India is the birthplace of diamond. You know, the world's best diamonds are from the Golconda mines, which are in India. And the Indian Maharajas have adorned themselves with exclusive diamonds, which made their way to the West later on. So what had happened, Adarsh, was that the Indian business houses from Surat, they imported rough, and these rough were polished and manufactured in Surat. And when DBS launched its campaign about diamonds are forever, it brought a change and shift in the consumer's mindset where consumers wanted to invest in diamonds jewelry besides just investing in gold because it brought a lovely message with it because diamonds were a symbol of commitment, relationship, they are natural, they are strong, they are resilient. So 90% of the diamonds in the world are polished and manufactured in Surat. And as you know, that Bharat Diamond House, which is in India, that's the biggest trading hub. It has approximately 2,500 offices of both small, medium, and large diamond traders. So that's how from Surat to Bombay, India has its entire roots of diamonds associated with it. And to answer the second part of your question, well, I can say that there are multiple career options, which are available. One can choose from designing to marketing to sales to manufacturing to product merchandising. These are just to name a few. So eventually, only after one knows what is the passion within, what they want to pursue their career as, one should opt the right career path. So it all boils down to knowing where you want to pursue and what you want to pursue.
Wonderful, ma'am. So with this, we have reached to our last question. My last question for you is also, how are you navigating your path in this male-oriented industry and continuing your strive to create opportunities for women with the motto of women empowering women?
Yes, absolutely, Adarsh, because we all are here to help one another. So I would like to say that when I decided to choose my career in the sales of loose diamonds, I just knew that I want to set an example for the other young girls who want to pursue their career in the gem and jewelry industry. I do recall my days when I was the only girl walking inside Versace Chambers and also the last company I was associated with. I was the only girl in a sales team of 150 men. But I'm very happy and I'm very proud to share that I stood shoulder to shoulder all the men in like both my companies that I was associated with. They were so cooperative, they were so understanding that I became one of them because I knew that I can sit across on the table with my customer and make $1 million transaction. And believe me that my bosses were completely happy to have a girl sell diamonds across to an international customer. But times have evolved, and today when I see more talented businesswomen associated with the industry, it just brings a lot of happiness to my face.
Wonderful, ma'am.
So thank you, Adarsh, for giving me this wonderful platform to share my journey with you in brief.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was a pleasure having you on our show. And I hope your advice would be very beneficial for the students and youth out there for choosing this as a career. Thank you so much for
Thank,
guiding them.
thank you, Adarsh. Thank you.